Camp life on the west side of Aristazabal, down towards the south end. What you see there is one of Kayak Bill's camps. He hasn't been to this camp. Let's see, he died in 2004, 2005. No, he died 2004, I think. So he hadn't been to this camp for a long time. He had been living out on Goose, and he hadn't been out this way in quite a while. You can see the windscreen there. I doubt that he hung the buoy. He might have. We were at one of his other camps on the other side of the island earlier today, and it was in interesting condition. The windscreen was collapsing, sort of like this one. But whoa, hang on. But you can see here, if I can step back, you can see here that this windscreen, part of it's collapsed, part of it is still standing tall. Look at that hanger. I wonder what he hung on that. Yeah. And then this rope right here, that was the center pole, or the center ridge for his tarp, and it runs across there to that tree. Stepping in here, I don't know what this was. I suppose he went and got fresh water. There's a bit of a creek to the west and a trickle coming out of the beach at the west, and this right here defines one of the edges of the shelter. Whoops, sorry. One of the edges of the shelter. So the tarp would have been strung on this line. That would have been the peak, and then it would have come down here. And then looking down below, there's a seat and a little, I don't know what that thing is, that board. Let's step back here. This is really standard, pretty standard of his camps. What we're looking at down here was his bed, and this was a standard layout for his camps. And then rising up, you can see not this one, but the one beyond it. That was the other edge of the shelter. And this is going to blow your mind. Not that, not this. I mean, but that's kind of cool. He took that piece of whatever it is and wrapped the top of the pole. So here's his fire stand. Let me step back. And this is his signature fire stand. He built these in all of his camps that he actually lived at. And beside the fire stand, he would always have a seat like that to tend the fire. I'm going to step over here so you can see how this firebox is built. You see down there, he has those boards that shape the sides of the fire pit, but then he lines it with rocks. You get in here, you can see some of the rocks back there. So he lined all of his fire pits with those rocks. He'd put sand and rock down here in the fire pit, and then line it with those rocks. Those rocks would get hot and radiate heat. Now, this is going to blow you away. He hasn't been out here for, I don't know, probably 12 to 15 years. Look at his firewood. There's his saw blades, some extra saw blades. And his firewood, he liked a particular size, particular length, and he would cut. Sorry, I'm not great with a camera, but he would cut all of his firewood to a particular length that would fit in his stove, and then he would split it. There's a couple of different types in there. This stuff, this piece of cedar, bone dry. It's been in here for over, I don't know, 12, 15 years, covered with this little tarp. There's some bigger pieces down there, and I don't know what that stuff is there. What do you use those for? Pretty interesting guy. The camp on the other side of, the camp on the other side of the island is, it's more overgrown than this one, if you can believe it. And, but it, you know, the signature fire stand is there. There was firewood there, cut to his length. Just a really interesting dude.